You're watching CTV News.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. We begin tonight with more pointed questions about a program designed to trim the fat from the healthcare system. The Lean Initiative has been under the microscope for months, but today the government was on the hot seat about how it affects patients. As Wade Mantika tells us, the opposition claims it's going too far when it comes to flushing out problems. Saskatoon police are looking for a man believed to be responsible for a couple of disturbing incidents in the City Park neighborhood. On February 27th, a man exposed himself to 4 women who were leaving an apartment building in the 700 block of 5th Avenue North. Less than 2 hours later, a 21-year-old woman was touched by a man as she returned to her apartment block in the same area. She screamed and he ran. Police believe the same person is responsible for the 2 incidents. And Saskatoon police are also looking for a man who approached 2 boys on their way home from school in the College Park neighborhood. It happened at about 4 o'clock Tuesday afternoon. The boys told police the man threatened to grab the younger boy. The older child yelled, scaring the suspect away. He is described as wearing a black winter coat, a ski mask, sunglasses, and dark pants. Anyone with information on this incident is asked to call police. Well, a piece of history in Saskatoon is about to become history itself, as the fate of the Farnham block has been decided. The owners are proceeding with plans for demolition. Heritage groups are not happy about it, and as John Baglieri reports, they say it should be a wake-up call for the city. Police say a youth may be facing charges following a threat made on a school bus in northern Saskatchewan. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. We begin tonight with a winter warm spell that's several weeks ahead of its time. The spring-like temperatures are making streets wet, snow disappear, and prompting questions about whether the city is ready for all that water. Julie Muro with our top story on what's to come and if the city's prepared. An 18-year-old man faces drug charges after a suspicious package being shipped from China to Saskatoon was intercepted, and police say it contained a significant amount of amphetamine. As part of the investigation, police executed a search warrant at a home in the 100 block of 5th Street East. More drugs were seized, including amphetamine, which investigators believe is the same drug responsible for 10 life-threatening medical emergencies in Saskatoon on December 20th. And a scary moment this afternoon when a 45-year-old man was taken to hospital after being shot in the leg. The shooting happened in the 100 block of Avenue O South just before 1 o'clock. Saskatoon police say the victim sustained injuries to his lower leg. No arrests have been made. Police say the suspect left the scene in a black SUV. Well, another blow to the city's history and heritage groups, who will likely once again watch another piece of Saskatoon's past come down. The 105-year-old grain elevator on 18th Street West is at the center of demolition plans. This just 1 week after it was revealed the Farnham block on Broadway would also see the wrecking ball. CTV's John Baglieri reports. A warning from RCMP in Alberta tonight on a high-risk sex offender who's at large and may be in Saskatchewan. Ashton Natamagan failed to return to a halfway house in Edmonton on Tuesday. A Canada-wide warrant has been issued. The public is asked to contact police immediately if they know where he is. Natamagan is considered dangerous and should not be approached. RCMP say because of his connections in Saskatchewan, he could be in the province. Meanwhile, a 45-year-old man from Buffalo Narrows is facing drug charges after a major bust by police in Prince Albert. Shortly after midnight, members of the Integrated Street Enforcement Team arrested a man during a traffic stop. They seized 61 grams of meth with a street value of about $12,000. The man is charged with possession of methamphetamine for the purpose of trafficking. A big announcement from the FSIN, an initiative designed to help deliver technical and essential services on First Nations reserves. The goal is to improve things like water quality, housing codes, and fire protection. Interim Chief Kimberly Jonathan claims the federal and provincial governments plan for First Nations without First Nations input. So she announced the development of a technical service cooperative made up of the FSIN Executive Council and all tribal councils in the province. Jonathan says the cooperative would give the province of Saskatchewan and the federal government an entity to work with when discussing emergency management plans and would allow priorities to be addressed equally.
The FSIN Executive Council is demanding that the Government of Saskatchewan and the Government of Canada cease and desist on all discussions that would see 10 million of Indian monies transferred to the province and redirect those resources to the development and implementation of the Tribal Council Technical Services Cooperative.
Jonathan says the FSIN and tribal councils have been working over the last year to discuss different ways to deliver technical and essential services on reserve. She says, quote, chronic and severe underfunding and programs across the board, making it impossible to address priorities on an equitable basis. Meanwhile, more than $3 million worth of flood damage repair is underway in Prince Albert National Park. The area in front of the Nature Center in Waskazoo had to be stabilized. The shoreline next to the building was slumping and threatening the foundation of the building and a paved pathway. Beaver activity and chronic flooding forced repairs on Cookson Road by the south entrance to the park and on Highway 263, which is the scenic route into the national park. The problems all stem from heavy rain in 2013. Welcome back. As we mentioned, those warm temperatures are expected over the next couple of days. Let's have a look at your current conditions right now here at Saskatoon. We're sitting at clear skies and -2 degrees. Prince Albert, partly cloudy, also -2. And over in the Battleford, 0 degrees right now with partly cloudy skies. Across the province, things are looking like this. A little cooler up north. Uranium City at -20, -13 in Stony Rapids, 16 below in Key Lake. Down at southwestern Saskatchewan, look at this. Temperatures all hovering around the freezing mark. You can see 0 degrees in Swift Current, Assiniboia, and Maple Creek. Moose Jaw at -1. The provincial capital at this hour sitting at 2 below. Yorkton at -2, -1 in Broadview. So temperatures, largely around the freezing mark in southern Saskatchewan and mostly in central Saskatchewan as well. Nipawin a little colder at -5 and -4 in Hudson Bay. Now, over the next 7 days, things are going to look like this. There could be some precipitation in some areas. In the Battlefords, they might see some morning flurries. 2 degrees your daytime high on Saturday. Sunday, sunny and 5. Monday, partly sunny and 6. Tuesday, partly sunny and 4, and then Wednesday, partly sunny and 1 degree. So temperatures across the board for the next 5 to 7 days expected to be above 0. To Prince Albert we go. Things are looking like this. Tomorrow you could see some light snow in the morning, a high of 2. Sunday, sunny and 3. Monday, sunny and 7. Tuesday, cloudy and 4, and then Wednesday, partly sunny and -1. Things expected to cool off in parts of central Saskatchewan in the middle half of next week. Here in Saskatoon, things are looking like this. Overnight tonight, down to -7, expecting some snow to fall at around 5 or 6 in the morning. It shouldn't be too much, though, and then anything we do get will likely melt by late afternoon tomorrow, a high of 2 degrees. And then after that, here in the Bridge City, things are looking like this. Sunday, sunny and +4. Monday, sunny and 7 degrees. Tuesday, sunny and 4. Wednesday, partly sunny and 1. And then Thursday, partly sunny and -1. So temperatures, again, above seasonal for this time of year for the next 5 to 7 days here in Saskatoon. We'll take a look outside. Your KFC Skycam. Dinner plans made easy and so good with KFC. We'll bring in Pat McKay to have a look at sports. And a lot of people wondering, could Saskatchewan punch their ticket to the playoffs at the Briar?
Well, as curling fans probably already know, I mean, the match was already this morning, so it's been, what 12 hours? I mean, longer than 12 hours.
But a picture's worth 1,000 words.
That's right. You should still stick around and watch it, even if you know what's going to happen, because we've got Kevin Waugh in Calgary, too. So best of 5.
A lot of eyes will be on the curling tomorrow. And of course, ironically, with Pat Simmons, used to play for Saskatchewan.
Well, that's what I was just saying.
Against Saskatchewan.
The last guy to make it to the Page playoff for Saskatchewan was Pat Simmons.
We'll see how that goes.
Small world.
Still to come on CTV News, digging deeper to unlock some historic secrets. What's been found underground. Stay with us. Welcome back. The owner of a Saskatoon hotel is unearthing a piece of Saskatoon's history. Angelina Iranisi now on the renovations that have revealed a mystery bit by bit. A mystery indeed. We're Bedford Road, something new at the school. It's a state-of-the-art classroom that officially opened this morning. The Bedford Road Collegiate Center of Excellence in Science and Mathematics is the only class of its kind in Saskatchewan. Several people were on hand for the opening, including Education Minister Don Morgan. The lab offers hands-on lessons for students interested in engineering, geology, and mining.
The excitement be generated.
You know, I enjoyed doing that kind of stuff when I was in school.
Geology and mining?
Yeah, I did. And I enjoyed science in general. My favorite part was learning about planets.
Planets.
Planets. Planets.
Like which planet is no longer a planet?
Yeah.
Pluto.
There you go.
I feel bad for Pluto, you know? It'll always be a planet to me.